Yeah, Yashwant has also joined. Request all of you to join YouTube live stream. The link I have provided here. All of you, please, and be on mute. Kennedy, confirm you are there. Yeah, it is there in the chat, na? I sent it. I sent it in the group for two. All of you. అర్థం కాలేదు. అవును. వస్తుంది కదా? Okay, all of you click on this particular link. అదే పెట్టాను. Yeah. All of you on mute, please. Thank you. Except Shamika ji, everyone on mute, please. Thank you. Shamika ji, please come in. Yeah. Yeah, Shamika ji, good evening to you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good in, good evening, good evening. Okay. Let's all, all of you on mute except Shamika ji. Shamika ji, is the disturbance from your background? No. Okay. All of you on mute, please. There is a child who is there. All of you. Uh, I'm sharing the screen here to Razak and Shamika ji. I want you to be unmute here. Okay. Thank you. Today we are going to look at all of you have submitted your SAP AR end user work, and today I received all of your supply chain management or AP end user work or procurement to pay cycle. Correct? Before I start, I would like to tell you uh, where all the things which you can go wrong and where you have to see the system. Where all potentially you can go wrong, we'll just check it there, and then total numbers. Why we got the vendor number? How did we get the vendor number? Meaning, Shamika ji, as we have discussed in our previous class, how many types of data are there? There are two types of data. Correct? One is master data, second one is transaction data. Master data is control, master control. Clear? And transaction data is controlled by your document type. Now, which all the module will have document type? You will have SD document type, document type, PP document type, FI document type. In your procurement to pay cycle, what are the three master data I have? The three master data my vendor master data, material master data, and condition master data. You can make a note. Vendor master data is controlled by its master control called vendor account group 0001 vendor. Material master data is controlled by its master control material type. As I told you yesterday, there are three ways you can call the material type. The English name for the material type will be raw material. The consultant will be calling it with a German ID called ROH, and the accounts people will address it as valuation class 3000. Correct? And condition master data is controlled by your condition type. What is the condition type we are going to use for my purchase price? The condition type is PB00, which we have used in ME level. Clear? Now, these are the three master data. Then, purchase order. Purchase order is going to be a data. I can raise the purchase order, order this particular material from this vendor, 10 pieces, one PO, 20 pieces, another PO. So every time I am performing a transaction, it is called as transaction data. Now the transaction data, as I told, is controlled by your document type. Now this purchase order is coming in which module? It is the baby of only one department. That is your MM department. That is material management department. So this number what you are going to get is nothing but your MM document number. The purchase order what you got 4500022493 is nothing but a MM document number. When I give the purchase order to the vendor is going to deliver the goods, which in my system I am going to punch in as goods receipt as a stores in charge. Again, the goods receipt is going to be a MM document number. But the accounting entry is going to take place. So, the MIGO stage, you have two document types. One is the MM document, and another one is called as FI document. Now, let's go and see how do we get the FI document later from once I have my MM document. Then stock checking is nothing but a report, neither it is a master data nor a transaction data. So stock checking is going to be a report. So when I'm getting the material into my stock quantity is going to increase. Whenever I do my MIGO or goods receipt, the stock levels are going to increase, which is going to be transaction code MMBE. Now I am going to create this goods receipt with respect to your purchase order number. Because why I have to create the goods receipt with respect to my purchase order number? In purchase order, I might have given the purchase order quantity maybe 10. If the vendor has only 4 pieces available in his stock, what he'll do? He'll supply you only the 4. For this PO, I am receiving not all the 10. I am receiving only the 4. In terms of condition, we make an agreement with the vendor and the company whether partial delivery is allowed or not. If it is allowed, then the goods receipt, how many goods receipt I'll create? I'll create 2 goods receipt for single PO. One for the 4 pieces, another balance 6 pieces. So always your MIGO is going to be created with respect to your purchase order. And then once the goods receipt is done, the vendor is going to give you the invoice, which is going to be verified in the purchase department, and the purchase executive will okay it to accounts department for the payment of the vendor. So when I'm doing MIRO, the number what I got here is document number, and in the background I'm going to generate a FI document. And finally, I have my outgoing vendor payment after the approval is given by the purchase clerk or the executive. The account executive is going to release the payment to the vendor in F-53, and this is going to be purely your FI document number. On the server, let's go and examine each one of them. Now, once we have seen here, we have the transaction data. Your purchase order is going to be a document number because it's a baby of purchase department only, purchase order. No FI is involved. When I do the goods receipt, how many departments are involved? Two. One is and one is FI. And then when I'm doing my invoice verification, again I have got two departments, that is and FI document. And finally, when I'm going to do the outgoing vendor payment clearing from bank from F-53, we are going to look at it as only FI document. Now, first thing first, why did I get this number? As we have seen in our AR cycle or order to cash cycle, this number has come because of the master control called vendor. Let's log into the server and check why this arrived. I request this particular user to log off if he is on the server, please. So now that number has come because of the master control. What is that master control? It is nothing but your vendor account group. So what is the vendor account group? Vendor account group 0001 is the one in which you have created your vendor. Yes or no? When you went to MK01 in the end user screen, you have selected the account group 0001 vendor, and the number range was 02. Correct? So who has given this? The consultant has given you the account group 0001, and he has given the number range 02, and that, as I told you, it is going to be done in the IMB screen, consultant work. How I'll go? SPRO, Logistic General. You can please write down, Shamika ji. So, what is the path for your vendor account group? You write down first one, step one, vendor master data. In vendor master data, why you got this number? A, define vendor account group. Vendor account group. The path is going to be SPRO, Logistic General, Business Partner, Vendor, Control, Define account group, and field selection. This is the part. And in SPRO, how do I see the transaction code? Like I see in this, you have to click on additional data, display key, IMG activity. Last four are going to be your T code, OMSG. Either I'll go by path and reach here, or I can type OMSG, last four digits. Either I additional information, display key, IMG activity, and OMST. I request you, all of you, after the class, please visit the YouTube channel and go through the video for the part and this so that you can make your notes in a much more comprehensive way. Try to like the videos if you are like the class and leave some comment there, right? And anything which you would like to do, you can send me on the mail on sapecc800 at gmail.com. So now here define account group, this you are done. So which is the account group I'm talking? 0001. Double click on that. What is the number range assigned to? 02. So what is the 02 number range? So step A, in step B, write down define number range for account group. What is the number range I have to define? 02. 02 I'm getting from which lower limit is 100,000 to 19999, and this is your current vendor number on the server. When I'm going to create the new vendor, it's going to be 100,853. Clear? So step 2, define number range for vendor account group like 02. In bracket you write down 100,000 to 19999. Step 3, assign. Once you have maintained the number range, then you have to assign vendor account group to number range. 0001 is assigned to 02. That is the reason when you have selected the account group 0001, you got that number. Now, what is the other function of your vendor account group? Vendor account group, in this, when I define, I have general data, field status. As I told you, I can suppress required optional display. When I'm creating the vendor, correct? I can sit with the client. I can sit with the client and I wanted name to be a required field. What I have done here? I made the name as a required field. Either I can suppress it, required, optional, or display. Suppress, I won't be able to see that field at all in my vendor master data. Required, until unless I don't enter, I won't be able to move ahead to this. This box and tick is nothing but required field. And then optional entry. Optional entry are the entry like something like this. Street number, I have put it optional. Either I can enter, even if I don't enter, it will allow me to save it. And display, it will be graded out. I won't be able to enter anything. So account group, what does account group will do? You hit F1 on the keyboard for help. Account group, what it is going to specify? Interview question. Vendor account group. The vendor account group classifies the feature within the vendor master record. The account group determine. What does this account group determine? The number, what should be the vendor number? Vendor number is 0 to 100,000 to 100,000 to 1999. That is being told by your account group. Whether the number is assigned by the user or by the system. Now, what is happening in our case? When I'm saving, the system is giving, so it is called as internal number range. What is the meaning of internal number range? Now, when I'm defining the number range here, there are two things which I could have done. What I could have done? You see here, I could have put it external, meaning I can give the number from outside, right? Here, create it. It is external number range. The number range what we are and what SAP best practices says is use the internal number range. The system is going to be given by internal number range. So there is no tick here. So what does your account group is specifying? One, the number interval in which it should be 0 to 100,000 to 1999. Whether the number is assigned by the user or by the system, the number is given by the system because we are not put the tick on this. Which specifications are required or possible? Meaning which are the field required, suppress, right? So that is the interview question. You can address it. I hope why you got that vendor number, you might have got this number. This number you got because you have defined the account group called 0001. Step 1. Step 2, define the number range 02. That 02 is nothing but 100,000 to 19999, and 302 is assigned to the account group 0001 vendor. That's the reason I got the output this number. I want a yes from you, Shamika. Clear? Right. Now let's move on to material master data. Second step, material master data. Please write down step 2. Material master data is controlled by material master control called material type. In bracket, you write down material type in three ways I can address. English name, raw material. German ID, ROH. Accounts people will address it as valuation class 3000. So why I got this number? The logic now has to become easy for you. Define what will be the A step. Define material type ROH, then define number range, and number range is assigned to material type. That is the reason you got this number. Clear? So let's go and visit on the server why I got that number. So where I have to go as a consultant. Now when I'm saying external number range and internal number range, one point which I missed. The vendor number I can give it from outside if I select external from here as a user. We are not giving the number here. So at the end when we save, then only it is coming. So what is the number range we are using? Internal number range. Same way when I am doing my MMR1, I am not entering the material number here. I am using the internal number range. When I save, at the end I got this number. Correct? Again I am going to use the SAP best of practice, SAP internal number range. The part is going to be, you can write down. Now, what is the step 1 I have to do? I have to define the material type. Material type is going to be in SPRO, Logistic General, Material Master, Basic Setting, Material Type. Define attributes for material type. So, what is the part? SPRO, Logistic General, Material Master, Basic Setting, material type, define attributes for material type. The T code is going to be OMS2. Now click on here. What is the material type I'm going to use? The German ID is ROH. So right click on ROH. Now here you see the user department. Correct? Yes, say for example, when it is a raw material, for raw material you don't require the sales view. Sales org 1, sales org 2, sales general plant is not required. So this should be deselected. Say for example, by mistake someone has selected it. What will happen? I'll show you. MMR1. Correct. When I'm selecting select views, you see I'm getting even the sales view. which is not required. Correct? Because it is a raw material, sales department doesn't have any work there. So this particular view need not be selected. So that is controlled at your material type ROH. So which are the views? User department views to be seen. Like you got basic data, one sales org, one sales or two sales general plan. Which are the views required? They are all been mentioned here. So step one, define material type. Step two, define number range for material type. Click on define number range for material type and click on this group. Don't try to create anything. Already existing created one is there. So you need not go and create the number range. ROH, what is the number range? 01. Clear? So what is 01 saying? It is from 1 to 99999. That is the number range status. When I'm going to create the new material master data, the next number is going to come here. So why did I get this material master data number? You can write there are going to be three steps involved. Step A, define material type ROH. You know the path, and T code is OMS2. Then you have to define the number range 01. Third step, assign the number range 01 to material type ROH. That's the reason I got this number. Clear, Shamika ji? Once you can say yes, I'll proceed to the next step. Right. So the next one is ME11. Now here, a lot of people are going to make a mistake. I request all of you to observe this very, very carefully. I'll go to this material master data and show you. All of you, please write down ME11 note 1. So in material master data, I maintain a price. Yes or no? I'll go to MM02. I'll go to accounting one view. Valuation class 3000. What is the amount I have entered? 1000. Correct? Now, even when I was creating my finished goods, now this is finished goods. The valuation class is 7920, finished goods, and the material type is FERT. For raw material, valuation class is 3000 and English name is raw material, German ID is ROH. Now, what is the difference between these two? When I am entering this price is nothing but the cost price of the material. Because it is a finished product, at what price will I manufacture that material? What is the costing? That is what you have written here in material master data. And clearly, you have maintained the selling price in VK11 as PR00. Correct? For that material. You see, you have maintained 2000. And what is the cost price you have maintained in accounting one view? 1000. Correct? What is per piece your profit? 2000 minus 1000, that is 1000 euro. You are making profit if you have created a record like this. In week 11, what you are entering in your order to cash cycle was called as selling price. And what you have written in material master data, it was called as cost price. Correct? Now, what is the total profit? Selling price minus cost price. Maybe I might have given discount also as K007 10% discount. What is 10% discount? Then what will be my net profit? 2000 minus 200. 10% of 2000 is 200, which I give as discount. So my net sale value is nothing but 1800. And what is my cost price? 1000. So my net profit will be 800 only. In order to cash cycle, I don't have any problem. I have clearly two things. One is called cost price and one is called as selling price. Now, when I am talking about purchase, correct? This is also purchase price only. There is nothing but cost price and purchase price. Yes or no? Both of them are purchase price only. From this vendor, you have purchased. Oh, sorry, sorry. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay, sorry. For this, in material number is wrong. The condition what you have entered here, all right, is nothing but 1000. Correct? Now, I would like to address the class and tell me what is the difference. This is also purchase price, purchase price. The purchase price condition type in M11 is PB00 like it was PR00 for order to cash cycle. Shamika ji. Correct? So this was cost price and that was selling price in order to cash cycle. But here both of them are purchase price only. Correct? Whenever you are doing, you will get a mistake. Now, what is this price and what is this price? You have all of you have to clearly understand. Please concentrate, all of you. This is stated price, and this is the actual price the vendor. Let me explain you in a very layman term. For your birthday, you wanted to buy a dress, Shamika ji. Correct? So you have budgeted. I'm going to buy it in €1,000. Clear? So the budgeted price you have entered in your material master data. Let's assume this is your dress. Clear? But once you went to the shop, the dress which you like may not be given at 1000. It might be costing you 980, 1000, 1100, 1200. Yes or no? So in nothing but what is the record you are creating? This vendor, this material for this purchase organization, this plant at what price he is giving. That is what you are maintaining here. Clear? So this is called as a vendor specific price and this is the budgeted price. So what should be the difference between these two? In event the difference should not be there at all. I budgeted for 1000, my purchase price also should be 1000. But it can go 10% or 20% less or more. Correct? I have budgeted for 1000 euro. You don't go and buy a dress for 10,000 euros. Correct? It will be plus or minus 10,000. Where you have written that record, that also you have written here, that we will be seeing in our consultant work from Monday. Clear? In MM, in purchasing, for the purchase order creation, I have set some tolerance for price variance for 1000 company code. What is the price variance I have written here? Lower limit 20%, upper limit 10%. Yes or no? Shamika ji, please come in. So the tolerance key PE is only allowing you what should be your ME11 price. ME11 price could be 20% lower limit. 20% meaning 800, and upper limit I have given 10%. That will be 1100. Your ME11 price can't be has to be anything between 800 and 1100 only. Otherwise, you will create a in purchase order. You will get a error. Correct. Most of you who would have created procurement to pay cycle, they might have got one cycle is working, the other purchase order is not working because you might have given here 1000 and here in M11 you might have given 5000. Correct. The variance is too large. What is the variance he is allowing you? 20% on the lower side and upper side 10% only. So your ME11 price could be from only how much? 800 to 1100 only. Error because your ME11 price was between 800 and 1100. Shamika ji. Clear? Now I request you to go and experiment. Write 3000 in ME11. Create another vendor, another material. In Material Master Data, enter 1000. Correct? And try to create procurement to pay cycle. And by in M11 give 3000, purchase order will be created, but Migo it will throw a error. Right? The difference of 2000 you require another GL account where I have to post. That GL account has to be with the account key PRD. What is that? That we'll discuss from Monday. Clear? So I request you to keep the both the prices same as much as possible. Don't try to experiment when you are creating the cycles. So that concludes our purchase info record. Now when I am coming to ME11, ME21N, why I got this number? Now please write down purchase order creation. It is controlled by document type NB. It is controlled by document type NB. How it is? Because it is document number, which I am going to control by document type, which we have seen yesterday. So where it is going to come? SPRO, MM, purchasing. I go to the purchase order. What is the document type I have defined? The MM document type for standard purchase order is going to be NB. Clear? Standard purchase order MM document type is NB and the internal number range is 45. Clear? This is nothing but your NB document. Clear? NB document. NB document. Doc number. Clear all of this. So why you got this number? Because you have defined the document type NB, then you are going to define the number range 45. Clear? You see 45, right? So this is your current purchase order number, and that 45 is assigned to your document type. You see here 45 is assigned. So in the purchase order, please write down purchase order creation. Note 1. Purchase order is a transaction data controlled by document type NB, standard PO. Now, why I got this number? For that, the three steps: number range and document types. A. Define the document type NB, standard PO. Where you define? The part is SPRO, purchasing, purchase order, define document type OMEC, the T code. A part, define document type NB. Second, define number range 45. This is the part SPRO IMG purchasing purchase order define number range. T code is OMY6. And click here and see the 45. The number is coming from lower limit, and this is the upper limit, and this is the current purchase, and it is saying internal number range. So third step, assign the number range 45 to NB. Third step, assign number range, internal number range 45 to NB document type. Clear? That's the reason I got this document number. Any doubts here, Shamika ji? Can I proceed? So, purchase order, how many departments will be controlling the purchase order? Only one department. And what is that department? Department. And because it is a transaction data, what is the document type? NB, standard purchase order. Now, when I am coming to goods receipt, please write down goods receipt. Goods receipt is also a transaction data. So it is controlled by document type. That is your note 1. In note 2, write down goods receipt is controlled by two departments, and FI. So we will have MIGO document. From document, I should be able to take my FI document number. First, let's go and see my document number, how I got it. Clear why I got this 50337. So, what is MIGO? The document type, what I am going to use, the part is going to be SPRO, IMG, material management, inventory management, and physical inventory, number system, number assignment, and then I have got define number assignment for material and physical inventory. Click on the group. The document type for goods receipt is WE, goods received for purchase order. Please write down WE. What is the document type? WE. And what is the number range it's coming? 06. Now, what is this number? This is nothing but your document number WE. Document number WE. GR. Clear? GR for PO. That is the description. So this is your document number. Why this number has come? You see here WE, and when I see the number range is 06. Let me go and check my number range. 2025, this is the number. Current number is 339. Clear? So this sequence is running. Am I clear? So on the side, now for you write down part A, document number. A. Define document WE. Please write down A. Define document WE. What is that? Goods received for purchase order. B part. Define number range 06. Define number range 06. From 500,000 to 5999. And C part, assign number range 06 to WE. Clear? Now, first of all, this is the number which we are seeing at the end user level. In the background, the FI document is generated. Now, how do I go and see the number? I have to go to the transaction code MB03. MB03, and then you have to enter your this number 503 document. Now from document I'm going to get my FI document. Now I press enter key. What's happening? You see this user 25 on this date, this material 100 pieces from this procured in this plant, this storage location. Correct? Using this purchase order number, and this was your document number with the moment type 101. And to see the document type, I click on the hat. This is on the side. Now to see, I click on accounting document. I get the accounting document number. What is my accounting document number? 500077. So you have to fill up 5077. Clear? Now this is coming from FI side. So this number is there, and the document type is again WE, goods received. This is also WE, FI also WE. Only the name is same. The numbers are different. FI document. Clear? So I got this. Now why I got this number? Because the FI consultant Tabitha has defined the number range. So in part B of MIGO, you write down FI document type, where she has defined 50/2025. This is the number. So this is the number. I got it. So you can write down what is the thing. Again, the three step. Define FI document type WE, goods receipt. WE, goods receipt. The part being SPRO, financial accounting, financial accounting and global setting, document, document header, define document type, and the T code is OBA7. So what are the why I got that number? Define the FI document type WE, goods receipt, right? Step 1. What is step 2? What is the number range I have to define for WE? What is the number range I have to define? 50. Correct? Number range 50. In which year? 2025. So define number range. In which company code? 1000. I am going to define number 50. For which year? 2025. This is the number. So what is the three part? A. Define FI document WE, goods receipt. The part and the T code, you can come back and revisit and prepare the notes from the YouTube channel. This after the video is posted. Listen to this video n number of times. This will help you in your consultant work because he is going to be between MM and FI. And then define the number range 50, part 2, and part 3 assign number range 50 to FI document WE. Now I request all of you to fill up all these blanks and send it me again this document. Shamika ji. Clear? So you need not send me. Once you can do this, that's enough. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me on Monday. So I got my FI. Then MMB is nothing but your stock checking. And so it is going to be a report. There is nothing for us to do. That is a report. Now I am coming to invoice verification. Invoice verification. Write down. Next step, invoice verification. Invoice verification is a transaction data, so it is controlled by MM document and FI document. So I have to go and understand what is this number has come. This number has come because of my MM document. So where it is logistic invoice verification. Clear? RE. So document type you write down RE. So this is your RE document. Define number range 50, 51 assigned to number range. The T code is OMR4. I hope by this time you have understood the logic. Correct? And then in the part 2, FI document, please go to again financial accounting global setting, document, document header, define FI document RE, define number range 51, 51 is assigned to RE. Now, how I am going to get my FI document RE? That we have to see. FI document I am going to see in MIR4. Copy this number. Please go to the transaction code MIR4. Enter your document number. You see, you got your document number. Click on follow on document. You'll get the FI document number 5073. Click on how you are going. You are coming to where you come. You come to MIR4. Then I have entered my number and the year 2025. Press enter key. Then click on follow on document. I am getting the FI document number. Click on the hat. I get the FI document type RE. So what is my number? 51073. So now you see the whole row is completed, and finally F-53 I have got only the FI document number when I save. Where I can go and see in the T code FB03. What is that? Oh no, not that number. This is the number. The document type for this is KZ. K KZ. What was the document type for here? RE. MMRE, FIRE. Correct? You can go here, look at it, and then write the description also adjacent to in the heading. Clear? KZ is nothing but vendor payment. Am I clear, Shamika ji? So you have seen all the document type required in procurement cycle. Yes, vendor is coming because of vendor account group. This number is coming because of vendor account group. Clear? This material number is going to come because of the material type ROH. In condition type, I got the number, and what is the thing which I have to remember? It is nothing but in material master data, I enter the budgeted price, and in PB00, I enter the vendor specific price. It should be 10 or 20% less or more than the thing. For time being, I request accounting one view, whatever the price you are maintaining, please maintain that to avoid the error at this initial stage. And then we move on to the transaction data. Purchase order is going to be a transaction data. It's going to be the baby of only one department. That department is nothing but your department. And what is the document type I'm talking? NB. Clear? Then we have got goods receipt, where I got two things, document and FI document. Correct? And then in goods receipt, two document, document WE and FI document. When I come to invoice verification, again I have got and FI document RE. Goods gross invoice receipt RE. This is my document RE, and this is my FI RE. And then KZ vendor payment, only one department is involved. Now when I'm seeing FI integration is involved here. Correct? So to see all this document, all of you would have seen this. If you would have seen closely in the WhatsApp, it was given there. I don't know how many of you have gone through that yesterday. Correct? You see, AP, document type, and this, how to see it is given. So I don't know how many of you have read it, right? So what is the thing? Whatever I have explained, this document is already given there. Clear? Whatever I explained now, the whole thing is explained here. These are the things, these are the three master data. The three master data are controlled. Vendor master data is controlled by vendor master data, material master data by material type, condition master data by condition type. Transaction data, you have document and FI document and their description. And how do I go and check it? The path, the T code with the screenshot it is given. For all the new people who have joined this group, I'm going to post it back to you. Uh, I think I can post it here. Vikram and Chalpati, you can take it from there. All other old students, they can take from there. Any doubt? I'll end the live streaming and then I'll take the questions. Hold on.